Right? So if you're getting controlled on your control hand, that's not a good thing. You might want to change that to your beat the crap out of him hand.
Yep.
So, now we're wrestling Greco. Sorry about that.
No worries. Mike likes to be a technique nerd.
I
So
do.
let me introduce these guys real quick. In the blue and white singlet, wearing the NYAC new singlet. I like them. They're pretty spiffy. I've seen them a few times now. Cheney Haight, who has a long list of accomplishments in front of me, as compared to John Stefanowicz, who upset, kind of the guy who we thought was going to be one of the big ones coming in, Jordan Spieler.
Sure.
The highest ranked Greco guy coming in, as Haight doing a great job controlling that left elbow of Stefanowicz. But this is the best Stefanowicz has done pretty much at any domestic tournament. He was second in the Armed Forces Championships earlier this year, so a lot of adjustments made for him to make it to these trials finals. So we have a passive against red, and I want to remind everybody there is no forced parterre anymore. It might come back, but right now there's no forced parterre. So anytime you see a passive, the match is going to continue. After a second passive, a point will go up on the board. Most of you watching at home know that because most of the people watching at home are Greco freaks,
right?
Guys who really want to see, well, probably girls too, guys and girls who want to see who our Greco World Team is. But just a reminder for you guys.
Cheney's doing a real good job of just holding center right there, keeping his hands and elbows inside really, really tight. He's got a control tie now. And and if you see how his right leg, so when he has that 2-on-1 in there.
And 2-on-1 right into a step out, take a 2-0 lead.
Right, from the passive point and the step out. So watch his right foot as he pulls that 2-on-1 across. He wants to get it inside if he can help it. So that right foot's going to go inside the knee, but Stefanowicz is smart enough not to let him in there, and then he's trying to pivot to the left.
And what Haight likes to do here, how he won in Vegas in December, was an arm spin, as he's got Stefanowicz in the zone once again. But this is kind of the MO. This has really been Cheney Haight's MO for years, as he gets another step out to make it 3-0. This has really been Cheney Haight's MO for years. Attack, 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 get a lot of step outs, and then if the opportunity arises, hit that arm spin, which Stefanowicz just attempted and could not finish. I'm really loving our production on here. Nice multi-camera shoot here for these finals. And we've got a lot of matches going on around us too. So certainly hard for these fans to kind of keep their eye on this race stage. But with the world team spot on the line, I imagine we've got a few eyeballs on us here as Stefanowicz. So Stefanowicz doing kind of a good job trying to break the contact. Haight really the one trying to pull him in.
Here's the thing. Stefanowicz is getting kind of bullied around by somebody that won't allow him to really get a hold, right? So, Cheney Haight is as strong as they come, and his position in there is so good. He's just kind of bullying a little bit. And look, do you see what I'm saying? Like, it just kind of muscles him over to one side, and then they go back and he muscles them over to the other side, and then they come back. And every time Stefanowicz tries to get underneath those elbows inside, he just gets moved, and he's just getting bullied around.
And for me, what I like to see, this is something we've kind of talked about on broadcast before. Cheney Haight keeps his feet moving. Everybody thinks about Greco upper body, of course. But Cheney Haight, every time he moves them, there's a pivot, or there's a step, there's two steps, there's three steps. So similar to what we saw from Paige and Velty, when Velty's finishing those shots, she's driving through, taking 6 little baby steps. Same when Haight's trying to move him with that 2-on-1.
Exactly, and you'll see him control what we call the danger zone, the space in between your opponent's feet. Control that position and then pivot. Might get some fireworks in here. There we go. Stefanowicz has to know that he's got to go and make something happen.
We got a head pinch situation here.
He doesn't have underneath the other arm.
And you talked about going big there. He looked like he was about to go body lock, and then I don't know if Cheney Haight stepped out of it or if he pulled back on it.
You know what it is? Cheney Haight, he's so seasoned
that
you're not going to get a good grip on him. You're just not getting a good grip on him.
I mean, we got stuff here on this bio sheet going back all the way back to 2004.
To 2004. The dude has been literally around the world chucking people around. So, again, his position is just so solid that this young man, Stefanowicz, it's just, you know, he seems almost at a loss to get a hold.
Yeah.
Right?
And we missed a passive there against Haight. Stefanowicz, once again, trying to get that over-under lock, and every time he goes to throw it, Cheney Haight just takes like kind of a little subtle step back, breaks it with his back, and then right back into the tie. And referee calling for blue action here, and here is blue passive offered and confirmed. So 1 point on the board for Stefanowicz. So now a takedown or an exposure from his feet will put Stefanowicz in the lead on criteria.
And that's why I love Greco, because you're never out.
Nope.
I mean, unless you're out, you're out. But, man, oh, man, he could theoretically get an arm spin out of nowhere.
I want to know, and I haven't gotten to, unfortunately, haven't gotten to lay eyes on him.
He's pulling down on that elbow. He's pulling down on that elbow.
I haven't gotten to lay eyes on him, so I'm not as familiar with, you know, the quality of his, you know, hip pivot, which way he's going with his headlock. But with just over a minute left, that's probably what's going to have to come down to. I imagine he's not going to be able to arm spin the arm spin maestro.
For sure.
Cheney Haight himself. And passive off.
Passive on red. And he's now Haight's got a lock. And he's probably not going to do a whole heck of a lot with it.
He has continued to stay in the center, though.
For sure he has.
Hasn't allowed Stefanowicz to really bully him out of the zone there. And Haight, I'm curious. I'm sure you kind of got Ciampa in your head right now. Haight stayed in the pocket.
He is staying in the pocket.
The better part of this match. Down to the last 20 seconds here. And now we're starting to get to the chippy stuff. So it appears as though Cheney Haight will take a 1-0 lead in this series. Unless Stefanowicz can throw him late. White paddled all around, close to a correct throw. Almost spoke too soon. So NYAC.
Yeah, if you don't wind up in a neutral position or on top, you're not going to get that correct throw.
Yeah. So 1-0 there.
But